Right guys, can you hear me? Cool. Alright, so let's get started. Just a couple of things. My fan on my Mac has just kicked in, so it might sound a little bit loud. I apologise for that. The other thing is I won't be able to see the chat room, so if anybody's asking any questions, then I'm going to miss those. And lastly, it's really early over here, and I don't normally, until the hours go forward on the 25th of March, or the clocks go forward on the 25th of March, everything's a little bit out of whack at the minute, so I'm not going to hang around too long. Probably just do a 10-minute session, 10-15 minute session. My main focus is going to be on the Euro USD. So the dollar index, as expected, it looks like it's going to continue its bearish tone, which is good. It's what I've been waiting for, to be honest. We did have a moment where this candle here was slightly higher. We had a nice green bar here, and it was looking like it was going to hold in this area and maybe get some lift to the upside, which at the beginning of the week I was expecting. I actually wanted 91 to get tagged and then a reversal and a movement lower, because that would have been a much stronger reason for dollar to come lower. You know, if it came up here, took out the stops in this area, so something like this at the time, let's just say like this, that would have been better in my opinion, because we would have been taking out any liquidity above this level and this level, filling in some of this inefficiency, and then resuming lower. For me personally, that would have been better, but it just looks like the dollar's quite heavy. So just 1 second, guys. Oh, is it not? Okay, 1 sec. It's very strange. Apparently my cursor isn't showing. It's very strange. Okay, can you guys see that? Crosshair? Can you guys see the crosshair? Yep. Yeah, we'll just have to use the crosshair for now. It's very strange. So, yeah, like I was saying, this is what would have been better for me personally, but it didn't happen, so that's fine. You know, we've started to resume lower. And if you look at the hourly, you can see, let me just get rid of these lines. Yesterday was pretty much it. We had a really nice move down, retracement all the way back up, reversal or rejection, and then we've just been resuming lower. Created a very small swing high here. It looks like we're going to be trying to tag these lows down here. So there's another sort of 25 pips to go at least, if nothing else. So what does that mean for dollar? For the euro? I'll just drop down to the hourly for a second. So you can see this was yesterday's price action. You know, we've been consolidating for a while going into Friday. Monday's trading pretty muted, nothing special. NFP wasn't any help last week. That was quite muted as well. And then we get this really nice lift off on the news yesterday, which I believe was CPI and core CPI, which we don't really focus too much on the numbers, but the reaction was all we needed to see, you know, to kind of jolt the markets again and get things moving. And as it stands, we are now currently in the upper portion of that whole move, and it seems to be showing continued strength. So the immediate area for me personally that my eye goes to is up here, these equal highs up here, which is roughly around about 60 pips if I remember. Nope, 45 pips, maybe we get 50, about 50 pips range, which is more than enough to take a trade. So the reason that I'm picking this up here is because there's going to be stops resting up here. So anybody that's short, you know, is making money on this. Any stops that are going to be resting up here, you know, it's going to draw price, hopefully, to tag these stops. So where do we get in? Just take a look at the 4 hour for a second. There's a couple of spots, this is 15-minute chart, there's a couple of spots we can get in. And before I do anything else, let me just mark where we want price to jump up to. Let's make that a different colour so we can see it a little bit better. Let's make it red. And I just want to keep things really simple. I'm not looking for anything special. I'm not looking for some insane move, you know, or some, you know, crazy whipsaw. I'm just going to use some very, very basic price action. And there's a couple of ways we can get into this. There is going to be, I've got to be very careful this morning, because as much as the charts line up technically and look good at 8 GMT this morning, and I don't know what time that's going to be around the world, because until the stupid daylight savings time, which I can't stand, daylight savings time corrects itself and everything just goes back to normal. You know, next week there is Draghi is going to be speaking, and every time that idiot opens his mouth, you know, the euro does or can do pretty insane things. So we have to bear that in mind. And this is really important. Whatever I'm going to go through right now in terms of entry could be completely negated at 8 o'clock when Draghi opens his mouth, and we could just get some insane whipsaws. So you have to bear that in mind and trade very, very cautiously. Me personally, just looking at the way that this is forming right now, there's a couple of things. The range where we're at right now, talking about 15 pips just to tag these lows. Now, why would I want these lows to be tagged? If euro comes down and takes out this area here of liquidity, again, there are going to be people that are long euro right now, especially after a move like this. and especially after yesterday's price action, people are going to be looking at it and thinking, oh, lovely, you know, euro's going up, I'm buying. You know, so if anybody's bought today, during today's action, or today's price action, today's trading session, whether through Asia or whether now, you know, the majority of people are going to be putting their stops under here or under here. So ideally, what we would like to see, and we probably won't get this, but we would like to see a move lower first, and then a resume of the uptrend, which would put us at a couple of price levels. So around the 123.85 for a potential long, with a 30 pip stop, because if it comes lower down here and tags this, it's very unlikely it's going to continue going another 30 pips, especially when there's liquidity lying or resting above. So that would be my initial entry, or something that I'd be looking for. A more aggressive entry, and what I'll do before I do anything else is I'll just duplicate this and I'll bring it down. To 55 as a 30 pip stop, with the ultimate target being up here if this entry manifests itself for around about 60 pips. Okay, so it's a 2-to-1 trade. A more aggressive entry would be a minor pullback to 124. Let me just get rid of this line now. Well, yeah, 124. No, I prefer it a little bit lower, to be honest. Let's try 123.95. Yeah, 123.95. Between 123.95 and 124, big figure, basically that area, which is very close, to be honest. There's an aggressive entry with a stop. You see that this is the problem, and this is becoming a very aggressive scalping entry, which is not something that I'd be comfortable or confident in. Personally, myself, personally, I want to see it take these lows, to be honest. I'm just going to say it right now. I wouldn't like, mind you, having said that, yeah. So we could do this. Just jumping up to the hourly chart. So the first initial entry, if it comes down and it tags those lows on the 15-minute chart here, at 123.85, with a stop at 123.55, and then the target up here, which would be 124.45. That would work for me. Just go to the hourly chart. I wouldn't mind an entry here. So we'll call it the 123.97 to 123.95 would be again another nice little entry, with a stop at 123.80. So I will just find an easier way to show you guys this. So if we do this, conservative entry. I have no idea if that's spelled right because my spelling is terrible, so I'll just tell you that right now. So conservative entry would be $123.85. $123.55 stop. And $124.45 target. So that's what I'd be looking for as a, you see it's already going. Look, I think this is going to just rip, you know. But I wouldn't want to force an entry here just because it looks like it's about, I want to see it further down. Because the issue here is, if we take this right now, it's unlikely we'll get this conservative entry, to be honest, but again, I would want to see, let me get rid of these price points here. 1 second. And you can see that I'm umming and ahhing in my head. I'm kind of going backwards and forwards, but this is the conservative entry. Okay, more aggressive entry, yeah. But I'm going to stick with what I'm going to say now. This is yeah. I feel more comfortable with this. So a more aggressive entry would be $123.97 to $123.95. The tight stop at $123.80, and then the target remains the same. $124.45. So I would like to see these lows taken first, to be honest. That would be much better if we can take these lows first, a small little area here, and then a move higher. But I'm definitely bullish euro, and I do believe pound is going to be continuing. So yeah, I do like that a lot, to be honest. You know, just a small minor pullback on the dollar right now into previous swing low. This is only the 15-minute chart, so we don't have too much weight to these levels, but we're in a downtrend now, so we've resumed the downtrend, and I am expecting, like I said, at least 89.40 to 89.35. So I'm really liking the way the dollar's shaping up this morning. And like I said, I do want to see lower prices. So this is, in my opinion, I think this is quite an aggressive entry, but it may be the one that goes, because just judging by the way prices right now, I think they're just going to slowly grind higher. And if I was to guess, maybe that one initial pop as it starts to go, and then when Draghi starts yapping, you know, we may get that final push, like pop back through, but then anything can happen after that. So just be really cautious this morning towards that 8 o'clock time, which is in about 3.5 hours. But these are the two entries that I'd be looking at. Can take an aggressive entry, but I would prefer obviously a more conservative entry with these price levels up here. Alright guys, so sorry I can't stay with you much longer. I'm going to shoot off for now. I hope this has been of help, and then hopefully next week when things just get back to normal, I can just do my normal sort of 45 minutes, hour session, and we can talk about a few other things as well. Alright guys, take care, and I will speak to you then.